Hi everyone. It's me. I just wanted to do a quick live tonight. Hopefully everybody will behave. Eli, can you try to stay in your room? There's someone new here or something. I don't know. So I'm gonna wait a couple minutes for people to get here. Since this was new, nobody knew I was gonna do a live. But I just wanted to kind of chit chat about some things I found out last night when I was looking. I finally got an address. Cheyenne. I finally got an address of one of the properties, and I found some stuff out that was kind of interesting about the property that I've already gotten. And it tends to be a place that I've looked at multiple times without knowing the property number. So hopefully, like I said, everybody will behave tonight. They didn't get to run outside and play today because we had some rain and thunderstorms and all of that. And actually, I stayed in bed until like 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'm super tired. I've been doing, I guess, too much work on everything, and I just give up. Hello, lady. You guys want to say hi in the chat? That'd be great, so I know who's here. What are you doing? Go away. My son always laughs at me when I do lives. Okay. What email did you use? Because I just checked my email and I don't see anything. This doggy is not feeling good today for some reason. Okay, so keep putting my blanket up there. It's not working. Hi. As far as the classes go, we're gonna be on our last class for this Wednesday. It wasn't a good day last Wednesday, so we all decided to skip a week. So if I get enough people for a class, I'll be doing another class. So far, I have you and somebody else interested. You can email me for more information on that pricing and whatnot. It's a 4-week class. It's psychic medium development, and so far my students really love it. They say that it's totally worth it, and they've learned a lot, so that made me feel good. They were just telling me that last night. So, like I said, I wanted to come and talk about Suzanne this time tonight because I feel like I don't know. I was kind of in awe last night, but I'm waiting till a lot of people get here or more people get here. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody was telling me in class that they've really enjoyed it so far. They've learned a lot. They're happy with it. They said it was worth, what they paid to be in it. So I know they're being freaking annoying right now because they didn't get outside today and run around like they do every day. Because it was raining. Zoot, come here, bring me that. So I'm sorry if they're kind of annoying right now. My husky mix, especially, he's usually relaxed right now, but because he didn't get his energy out today, he's being worse than his children. So I have one that's not feeling too good. I don't really know why. She's had this issue before, but it went away, so we're going to work on it. But anyways, I just wanted to give everybody a chance to get on here. And like I said, I'm sorry if they kind of are disruptive a little bit. You know how animals can be. And every time my son comes in the kitchen, they all run in there like he's some new person. So hopefully they'll behave, at least for a little bit. All right. So looks like we got a good turnout. I heard that Mystic Brady actually gave me a shout out. I was talking to her last night, and so I want to give her a shout out. I actually don't watch other psychics and mediums, but she does. But just from talking to her, I know she's pretty accurate at what she does. So I'll return the favor and do a shout out for her. But like I said, I don't watch other psychics, so I can't really tell you. I just know that from talking to her and seeing what she's gotten, we seem to have gotten the same thing from what I've been hearing. So and see, now my dog, my husky, is playing because he didn't get his energy out. He's usually really lazy when he's in the house. So, all right, stop. Everybody just get along. All right. So I don't know if this was such a good idea tonight with it being so rainy and them not getting their energy out, but we'll try it anyways. Hey, stop. Zook. 1 second. Zook. Hey, stop. Leave the kitten alone and or you're going to go in the crate because I can't do this right now. All right. Any of you guys that have animals, you know how it goes. Stop. So the reason why I wanted to do this live tonight is because I was looking at the map, and I've been to the map several times in Denver. And we had looked at St. Charles. Okay, there's a St. Charles wreck there in Denver. It's not far from Cherry Creek or Utah. And I had gotten USave marked randomly. And I had talked to someone about that, but I had kind of got it randomly, so I had forgotten to put it in the reading. So I had got it when I was kind of half asleep, half awake, and I thought, USave mark, that kind of doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I would be getting that. So I looked it up, and it took me to an area in Denver, and I'm like, okay, I don't get that, but it is kind of around everything else. So yesterday, I ended up getting, I'm going to just call the nephew T because I don't want to say any names really. But let's just say I got that address. Someone sent me to another site, and I guess they've done work on it as far as looking into certain people surrounding the case, people that are connected to B, Barry, who people are that are connected to him. So they were looking into the nephew. Okay. So I went and I got the address, and it's on Race Street, which was a street that I had been to multiple times. I had actually been to the Rocky Arsenal over there, and I have been around that area. So I put it in and I find it, and I'll be darned if it's not on 37th Street. And 37 was a number that I got in the last reading that I posted. And so I was like, holy crap. And it's right next to St. Charles Rec Center. So I'll be darned if we weren't around his house multiple times. And what's weird is, I kept talking about Cherry Creek having a meaning. It could just be to validate an area. But it's not far from Cherry Creek. It's not far from Utah Park. And it's not far from USave Mart. So it turns out that I was over there and I kept being pulled back to that area. And now I know why. So it's the house that belongs to someone. So I'm not really sure why I keep getting pulled back there. But let's just say that I've gotten things that are around there for a reason. There's too much that fits there for a reason. So I don't know if it's because of the house. I think the house should be checked out if it hasn't been already, because I do get an immense headache there, or if it's because it's somewhere close by, which would also make sense, right? So I kind of went over to the Rocky Arsenal there, and Zook, no, he's really ridiculous tonight. Sorry. So I went over to the Rocky Arsenal there, and there's a eagle place. And I remember I got eagle in the last reading. And if you keep going up the map in that area, there's an eagle area. Like a lot of things are called eagle. I don't know if it has to do with the school or whatever, but a lot of things are called eagle. So I thought that was interesting. I had been up in that area before because I've got Riverdale and McKenzie, and we all know that McKenzie is an interconnect. That's the first place I got Barry at, right? And McKenzie is very kind of similar. If you guys know the story, he tried to cut her. He didn't do a very good job. He tried to burn her. He couldn't do it. So he took her 2 hours up into the mountains. So there are clues in that reading, and I went back into it. And so there's some things that stuck out that I thought could fit this case. Also, I did go back into Gannon. There's some things I feel like that can fit Gannon's, from Gannon's here. He did describe Barry in there with the white truck. Not that he might dress that way all the time, but I guess sometimes, I took it as his description, and the white truck definitely his description back in Gannon's, because we all know I get future information, which makes my readings kind of hard to understand. And I know they kept talking about between two mountains. So I'm saying that I feel like that area is hot for some reason. It's either the house or the area surrounding there. There's a lot of sky names too, which when she showed the Venetian, I kept thinking, maybe she's trying to show the sky, because when I walked into the Venetian, when I went there with my husband, it was, clouds and the sky. So that's the only reason I can think she would bring that up. So there's a lot around that area and stuff that I've gotten in the past that fit there. A lot of names that I've gotten, like Olive Street, and I don't know, there's just so much, because I make a list of things I get randomly or names that I pull to. And it's weird because I see them repeat in different cases. So I guess, like I said, they can be used more than once. So that was that area. So that area is very interesting to me. I still want to go back to the Green Plateau. I don't know why. It is close to where Barry was working on the wall at, which happens to be a golf course. I keep saying the golf course around this because they do. Also, the nephew's house in Denver is down the street from a park. So I don't know if that's why she was talking about a park. I just thought it was interesting. It was on 37th Street. That kind of blew me away, and right next to St. Charles, because I wasn't sure where that was going to fit at. So it's either that house or that area. I kind of kept going also to, I think someone had also said the Sand Creek or something? I don't know. But it's not that far from the nephew's house. There's something, I don't know if it's evidence there, something happened there, if he could even put anything there. I still think it should be checked. Because, like I said, immense headache when I was there. That's where I got the address from. Because I said, well, where is this? Because someone said, well, he has a house in Denver. And I had kept seeing this house, but it's higher up on a hill. So it's not this one, obviously, because it's flat and it's in a neighborhood. So I wasn't really sure. I wanted to see where the heck this place was, right? So I realized it was a place I had kept going back to. Because I looked up St. Charles Rec Center, and I looked up, Cherry Creek and Utah and all that have been all around that area. So I think it's more than he might have stayed there. I think there's some kind of evidence there or something. Only because, like I said, I get a hit. I get a hit there. I feel a lot with her, and so instant headache at that house. And I keep being pulled this way to the map, and that area, it is a wildlife refuge or whatever, but there's a lot of area around it. So I'm sure he knows the area or whatever, but there's a lot of stuff that fits. There's a place called Willow. I got that in Linda. There's a lot around that area that I've gotten before. I just think that it was pretty crazy that I kept going back there, and then when I found the address, I couldn't believe it, especially being off of 37th Street, and I literally just got that number. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So then the other place, like I said, I still want to go to Green Plateau. I don't even know if it's her or why I keep wanting to go there. All I know is I feel extremely sick in that area, and it is not far from his work or where he was working. I'm sure he knows Denver well. I'm pretty sure he's worked around that area. Like I said, we're going to be looking for multiple areas. Even if it's not only Suzanne, she could be leading or something, because I do get other people in my cases that I work for different reasons. And like I said, I do feel like there's more women victims. And I felt that kind of from the beginning just because of how he feels to me. So, those are two areas that I was really interested in. The other one was the other place that the nephew lives in was Evergreen. And it reminds me when I think back to, Linda's reading. She kept saying in the green, and I'm like, I don't know if that's Linda or her, or it's an interconnect. This place is Evergreen, and it's literally right there on Bear Creek. And how many times have I said bear is everywhere that I look? And I kept seeing a bear when Zook, no, leave her alone. Sorry. I kept seeing a bear when I was looking. Hey, stop that. What's your thing? Sorry. He's about to put the kitten's head in his mouth. So, Bear Creek is all over that area, and I think it's weird because that's where the nephew's house is. And I kept saying it felt important because every time I would think of Suzanne, I would think of her. Now, the weird thing is when I look at the address, it's the right placement to what I saw, and it's the right placement to what I saw in my reading, with the house being like you take a dirt road, and it's got its back to the, well, you know, the mountains are in the background. It's surrounded by trees. It has all that. When you look down, there is a pond. But from the pictures I can find, it doesn't look like the house I saw. Of course, that doesn't mean anything. Maybe they changed it since the pictures are on there, whatever. It would be nice if I could get some more recent pictures of that house, then I would know. But I just think it's pretty, interesting that it's an evergreen and Bear Creek is all over there. And then there's also like Sisters. I remember Sisters came again, and there's just 3 sisters placed there. They're sisters. I've been kind of drawn to the name Elephant lately, or Elephant, ever since we had class and it came up. There's Elephant Butte right there, or Butte, or whatever. I don't know what it's called. So I think that area is significant, either for some reason, because like I said, the bear was mentioned, and that's all Bear Creek right there. So that can't be a coincidence. So these 3 areas can't be a coincidence, really. The other thing that I thought was pretty freaking interesting is I was looking at the golf course that Cassidy plays at in I don't know how you say it, Sedalia or whatever, right? And so what tripped me out is, and I have to tell you guys this because it totally tripped me out. I'll try to find the picture because I took a picture of it yesterday because it tripped me out really bad. So if you go, I guess I was told, I was here first, and I didn't realize, because I went from the golf course and I went over to like the mount, like across, like where the mountains were, and I was kind of looking around, and I saw Dead Horseman's Gulch, and someone said another psychic got that area, but they checked it or whatever. But I kept going up, and I saw this like spiral, and it's called Spiral Trail, and it's a spiral, right? And I don't know if this means anything, but I don't think it can be a coincidence. So about a month and a half ago, I got 2 dressers for my room, and I decided that I wanted to repaint them. So I painted them purple and green, like a greenish bluish color. But I started seeing spirals in my head, and so I wanted to paint spirals on the dresser. So I painted them on both dressers on the side. I added leaves because it looked kind of weird, right? There's spirals everywhere. But I don't know if you guys can see it. I painted the spiral. And I know it's horrible because we're on. So can you guys see it? So this is what's all over my dresser. Both of my dressers are spirals. Like I kept seeing it and I kept painting it. Super weird. So that area, if you look it up, which I freaking have it somewhere. I have to look. Let me look in my chats real quick because I sent it too, so I could show you guys. But you guys can also look it up yourself. If you look up Spiral Trail and Sedalia, Zook, stop. Sedalia, you're being ridiculous tonight. You know that? Leave the kittens alone. I'll show you guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very good, but I sent a lot of pictures to my. Here we go. It's called Spiral Drive Summit Outlook. I really don't freaking know what it means, but it's a spiral. The same spirals I was painting. I just don't know how it fits. It's not far from Dead Man's Gulch, so I don't know. And that's really close to a golf course. I don't really know what it means. I can't get away from the fact that I was painting spirals and there's a spiral right there, really close to where someone else said she was. I don't know. It trips me out. I don't know if that trips any of you guys out. So those are a couple things that I wanted to tell you guys about. I don't know what you guys think of that, but those are, I guess that will be 4 areas I'm interested in. Hey, Zook, stop. I don't really know why. Like I said, I can get feelings off of places or certain things, like if something happened there, like, I don't know. I go back like to the house in Denver, and I think it really needs to be looked at, only because, like I said, I felt something when I went there, and I kept going back there before I even knew the address, and it's right next to Charles, right next to 37th, not far from Cherry Creek. Like, so much came through in that reading for that house. Sorry, playtime. It wouldn't have come through if it wasn't important. You know what I mean? So, and especially the U-Save Mart, like, is literally down the street on Olive Street. But it's across from that Rocky, I don't remember what it's called. It's like it's an animal area or reserve or whatever. Rocky Arsenal or something like that. So it seems that there's a lot of stuff in that area in Denver. Now you got to remember, we might be looking in different areas for the reason that I stated in the very first reading, but also there's weapons and stuff that we're looking for as well, right? So keep that in mind as well. It could be buried in that yard. There's a reason. There is definitely a reason that all this is coming about that. Now, hopefully they don't see this and move anything. I don't know. That's the only reason that I worry about coming on here. But at the same time, I like to bounce off of you guys and see what you guys think about it. So if you guys have anything to say about it, the chat's kind of quiet as I'm describing this. It's playtime right now. So those are just the recent, that's what I was doing last night. And I was kind of freaked out a little bit. The fact that it was, that's the area that I kept going back to, and it happened to be his address, and I got the street number. So that was kind of mind-boggling to me. Not like I've never done that before, but having it validated like that is, but Suzanne's very strong. She's really trying to get everybody to understand where she is. I feel like a lot of us psychics are picking up the same stuff. So I feel like it's super important. Now, I don't really know why I got the house that I got that said overlooks the pond. It could be the Evergreen house. And I only say that because the placement and everything is right. And when you look down across, you do see a pond. Zook, stop. So I don't know. The only thing is I can't see what the house looks like to tell you, yeah, that's the house I saw. That's the only thing. But there's too much, like I say, what we do with our readings is we have to follow the clues, right? And so these are clues that we should be following. and I've tried to reach out to the Dapper Brothers. I'm guessing that they are sick. And I mean, I've heard that they were sick with COVID. I haven't got a reply. She kept mentioning her brother yesterday over and over in my head, like we need to talk to him, but I know he's busy as well. But I feel like either he knows the right people or there's something, I don't know. I didn't sell anybody false hope. Let's see. I never said we could find her. All I know is that she is, you know, I don't ever sell false hope. I never say, oh, I can find her, definitely. I just say that these areas need to be looked into. I don't know how to block. But I'm not going to put up with people being a-holes in here. And I know that Barry and his goons come in people's places, and so I don't know how to. I'm trying to learn how to block. So I don't know how to block them, though. That's the only thing. Okay. All right. I know. All I want to do really is share with you guys, what I get, where I'm at on the case. I haven't ever done that with any cases before, and that's because it feels like with this case, I've hit on more that I can validate than I have on other cases. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because, like I said, she's strong or what, but I can only tell you what I'm given and what I see and all of that, and what I find and what I put together. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't, So all we can do is hope for the best and hope that we can actually, oh shoot, Ronnie, I didn't mean to hide your message. Damn it. This one was not supposed to be. I accidentally hid your message, Ronnie. I'm sorry. I was trying to do the one right above you. Darn it. Hi, Ronnie. You're right below that one. I did not mean to hide your message. I apologize. But I won't, I won't put up with people being jackasses. I just won't. So, I just block people right away. I don't put up with it. I don't need it. And I don't deserve it. So, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do right by Suzanne, and I'm trying to follow spirit, and that's it. That's where it is. So, I know someone sent me another one that I need to look up and try to message. There's more people I could message. It's just I didn't want to message a whole bunch at once, and I didn't want to do it unless I got more information. I feel like that this is good information. Again, I don't know why I got the spiral. I don't really know what's in that area. I know that another psychic hit lower down. It could be that when they searched it, they missed something. I mean, that happens, Lizzie was right in front of everybody and she was missed. They walked right over her multiple times. So it's not unheard of. So I do know that there are other people searching and stuff. And Trucy did give me someone last night I'm going to reach out to. I didn't do it today. I always feel like I don't have enough information yet. Like I like to get more information before I talk to anybody because I never want to lead anybody wrong. That's my biggest fear, is to send somebody somewhere and there not be nothing there. But I guess at the same time, can't know for sure unless it's checked, right? So I need to get over that. And I get frustrated because, people don't listen to me. But yet, bodies have been where I said they would be. So, it's all about, I don't know. So it's just getting people to listen to you and getting, good enough visions to where we can try for location. Location isn't very strong with me on a map, but I do have to say that with Suzanne, I feel more than I've ever felt with any other spirit. When I hit a spot, I feel something. I've never really done that before. I'm getting pulled more than I have before. So either my gifts are growing in that way, or she's helping them grow or something, or she's strong enough to make me feel things I haven't felt before. Like I said, she makes me feel a lot in my body. With this, I'm getting a headache now. Headaches, headaches or nausea will come up if I hit a spot, which is my tell anyways. But really, I'll feel like I'm getting hit in the face. Felt like I was getting hit in the face when I was at that house. She affects my back a lot, although I already have back issues. When I was working with her a lot, I was getting immense back pain, and I was told that was from her cancer. I didn't know. I thought it was just myself, but it was way worse after working with her. So I think that's, I think it was her. I had to sit on a heating pad, and heating pad was gold for me at that time. So, do you guys have anything that you want to say? I'm trying to think of what else I can talk about, but really, I mean, that's mostly what I have for you guys. I've been doing a lot of work with it. So I slept really late today. I was just so tired. People don't understand how draining this work is, especially working with her, because she's so strong and because I think she wants to be found so much. And if you see the last reading I did, she had a huge message for Barry and her brother. But I feel like, she's working really hard so he can learn his lesson. Yeah, I know that they've been working with another psychic, and I don't ever want to take away from other psychics. I don't really work with other psychics, and the reason why is because unless they're getting the same stuff I am. If they're getting the same stuff I am, okay, but I don't like to ever be led away from my own visions, and I feel like sometimes, because a lot of times it's a voice in our head and stuff, we can be led by, could pick up on what they're getting, and I don't really want to do that. I like to just go and trust by what I'm getting, and then if I can compare it with another psychic, if we're getting the same thing, that's different. But I try to I want to kind of isolate myself so that I know that what I'm getting is from my, my visions. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to pick up on what other psychics are getting accidentally, and we get things for different reasons. So I just I want to make sure that what I'm getting is me, So, but if I'm getting the same thing as another person, like I said, I spoke to Mystic Brady last night. I did not realize that she'd been following me for a while, but we talked for a little bit about this because we both got kind of similar visions on some things. So let's see. Yeah, I know it was a troll. I was trying to figure out how to block them from here because I've never had to do that. This is one reason I didn't like doing lives, because I can't stand trolls. But I do know that Barry and his people do troll these videos, so I was prepared for it. Let's see. I'm not sure that was an orb. It could have been a photo, it's hard to tell in those pictures because of the sun and the way the sun hits the camera. I'm not sure it was an orb. It could have been from the taking the picture itself in the sun. So sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. It's hard to tell on those photos. But I know that one of the people in my group did mention a weird tree. So, yeah, COVID. Yeah. Tell them to get on some vitamin C if they're not taking it already. Vitamin D and zinc. High doses of it. It'll help them get better faster. Hey, quit, Zook. You're being ridiculous tonight, man, that dog. Told the person who posted it, Adina, he believes in psychology, just can't get off. Okay, yeah. And, everybody's entitled to their beliefs, and the reason why they believe that is they've probably had experiences where psychics have been right. And I know that she's blind spot. I've heard a lot of good stuff about her. I don't know if they're working with her, but, I'm sure she's proved things. Yeah, it is. And that's what I'm saying. I don't really know. I don't know. I just thought it was weird that I was painting spirals on my, and when you're painting, you're in a meditative state, because it's just you and you're painting, you're not really thinking about anything. And a lot of people don't know that if you paint, you get into a meditative state. So, yeah, they did, but I guess they searched it and they didn't find anything. This is above that. I didn't go there looking for where another psychic did. What happened was, as I pulled up the golf where Sedalia Golf Course, I guess where Cassidy goes golfing at, and I just was looking around and I saw the spiral on the top, and I was like, huh, that's weird. That's like what I was painting on my dresser. Like, both dressers are full of spirals. Can't really see them because of where I have them placed, but they're all stop it. You're being ridiculous tonight. But they're all over my dressers. So why I was painting a spiral, and the fact that there's a little spiral at the top of that hill close to Dead Man Gulch or Dead Horseman Gulch or whatever the heck it's called, Dead Horse Gulch, whatever. It's weird. It's weird to me. I don't know what I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means really. So I don't know. It's just I'm still tripped out on that. But the thing is, I don't know what it means. It could validate that area, but we're looking for multiple areas. So in this case, I'm not tripping out when I'm being, drawn to different areas. So, and as far as that, one place, the house in Denver, I don't know, because I don't know if it's the house or if it's the area around it. There's a lot in that area I've gotten, like a lot, like so much. And that's why I had kept going back over there. So Zook, no, he usually never messes with the cats or the kittens, but tonight he is because he didn't. Hey, quit it! Because he didn't get his energy out. Oh no, he's gonna be like that. Oh, to put him in the crate. Well, I'm doing this live, so I can't. So you don't have to keep getting onto him. Zook. And now he's not listening to me. Anyways, so I mean that's what I was doing until about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I actually could not pull myself away from either of those areas, the Bear Creek and that side of Denver. I just kept finding more and more that fit, and I don't know. But it sucks. What sucks is, like, if I was in Denver, I would have already been over there and checked it out. Like Mystic said, or no, I don't think it was her. I think it was someone else on my YouTube channel said you could be standing right on her, but doesn't mean they're going to dig. I'm like, why? I would. I don't even care if I'm right or wrong. If I feel like I'm going to go to an area, there's a reason for it. I'll go there and I'll just start doing whatever. If I was in these areas, I would go check it out. Like, I've done that with California, but I haven't really worked a good California case. But it's weird. I did get hey, Zook! Come on, man. Chelsea that came in Suzanne's reading in the very first one. There's a Chelsea that's been missing since September in Northern California. I know another psychic picked that up with her, so I'm just curious if it's her that we were picking up. I might end up having to work that case just because she came in Suzanne's reading. Usually I'll get that, and then I try to work the cases that they give me because there's a reason that they come in certain readings. So probably an interconnect, and I wouldn't doubt it if that's why we got Chelsea, because I couldn't figure out any other way or reason why we would have gotten it. But she's posted in the group. Like I said, she went missing in Northern California. So I don't know. I mean, that's where I'm at right now until I do another reading. Still, after the last live, I found some stuff out. I was not even aware of any of that about the trees being planted or anything. When I did that reading, when that information came in the live, I did not realize how important it was, and it was repetitive, just like the church was. So there's something there with the trees, something there. Very, very, very important. Because that night that I did the live, it was like happening the most of the time that we were talking. I was smelling potting soil and seeing trees going in the ground, and it was like for 20 minutes, a repetitive thing. So, right, I feel like they have as well. The only thing that was kind of different is she was saying it was a broken down cabin, which I haven't seen a broken down cabin. The house I saw was a pretty nice house, and I don't know if it's saying, okay, this area and this kind of house, and this is what you see from it, or if she's on that property. I did get a vacation home and a work site. So I don't know if he maybe did a work site on a vacation home. I'm not really sure. I'd be interested to see what properties he worked on around that time. And you would think that they would have already checked it out, but I think really the people that are going to need to work at finding her is the community and the people that are searching. Zook, do not. He never does this. He always leaves the cats alone. I don't know what his problem is tonight. Zook, you're being ridiculous. So I don't know. I just know that I was 3 o'clock in the morning looking at the place in Denver, seeing everything that I had gotten. The airport is significant too, because I kept getting airport and Dulce, but then when I tried to do another reading on Dulce, it sucked because I really didn't get anything that was helpful. But the girls wanted me to, so I tried it, and I don't know why I'm not very much of a help on that case anymore. So I had gotten airport, and so I think that's important as well. And there's other things in Dulce that I think fit here for some reason, because the church kept being mentioned in Dulce. Church and cemetery were 2 big things that were mentioned in Dulce, and I'm wondering if it even fits her. I wonder if it doesn't fit here. Because it's church seems to be really big in Suzanne's case, so it might be an interconnect. It seems to be. So I don't know. It's hard when I get future information because I gotta figure out where it goes and where it fits. It's not always an easy thing to do. But I'm starting to get kind of the hang of it. And in no way was I saying, like I tried, hopefully I explained that enough. I wasn't saying he's involved in Delphi. I was not saying that. But as I said, in my auto rights for Delphi, I did get past, present, and future multiple cases. And I kept getting in a hunter in that case. And he did live in Indiana at one time. So it just makes me wonder if I wasn't getting it. Because, I got information on Molly in Delphi too. So it just makes me wonder if he wasn't the hunter that kept coming in. Zook! Come on, dude. What's wrong with that dog tonight? He's usually really well behaved, and he leaves the cats and everybody alone. I don't know what. The only thing I can think of is because it was raining today, he didn't get all his energy out outside. Hey! Little stink. So I think that's all I can think of to talk about, unless you guys want to talk about anything. Or you guys have anything that you want to tell me. I think that all the psychics have been getting kind of the same information, kind of different, but like I said, psychics get things for a reason. They get different things for a reason. Yeah, it's not the cabin that it's okay. The house that I saw in my vision where I drew it out and stuff. It's not like that though. It's not like a little red cabin. It's not like bright red cabin. I got kind of a red building more in Linda, but I still think that was an abandoned building and it was for Linda. I just can't find it for Linda. It's hard because I see my visions like I'm standing there. If I'm not from the area, it's really hard for me to find. So the house that I saw on the property that I saw where you look down and you see the pond is kind of a beautiful house. It's got lots of windows in the front. It's made out of like cherry red logs or something. Stop it. It's made out of cherry red logs. I don't know why shit cherry red logs. I guess it's like dark wood that has kind of like a cherry color look to it. So a dark wood with like a little bit of a red tinge. I don't know. But there was really large windows around the front of it. It was aim frame, and it was it had a lot of windows. And every time I go back to the vision, I can see it. A lot of windows in the front. So, and a wraparound porch. I don't know whose house that is or what it makes. I don't know if it's a vacation house. I don't know if it was a work site. It's something though, because I dreamed about it when I went to sleep, and I couldn't remember any of the important things I needed to remember when I woke up. But I do remember I was there in my dream. So. I wonder if that's. Let me look and see who Trucy sent me last night. I haven't reached out to him today. Like I said, I woke up super late and I've just been so tired. And I kind of want to get more information before I really send a bunch of people, because I don't like ever sending anybody on a wild goose chase. But at the same time, there's only so much information I can get. Where is it? Hold on. Yeah, that's who it is. That's who it is. So I have planned on getting to him. Well, send it to me in email and I'll look at the house across the street. But this house looks, like I said, kind of the mountains are to its back. It kind of sits alone. I don't see really any other houses around. I'd be interested to know if there's a vacation home that he worked on or a work site, because it came in vacation home work site kind of thing. I heard AK was there. I haven't talked to him yet. I kind of, like I said, I'd like to get more information, but I don't know. I might email him before then and just tell him what I got. I'm going to have to email a few people because, like I said, I think the Dapper Brothers are already working with another psychic. I don't want to interfere with that. At the same time, I feel like my information is really important. I feel like I have a really good connection and I feel like I have a really good connection and I feel connected to Suzanne. There's some cases I work on where, I work on them because I'm supposed to, but then there's others where I feel really connected to certain spirits for whatever reason. Stephanie was one of those, and Anaya was one of those. Mackenzie was one of those. So those are just, and if you notice, I got really clear information in those cases, and they were where I said they would be. So I think the ones I have a stronger connection with, I get clearer information on. And they also have really strong spirits, so it makes it a little bit easier, because the ones that don't really know how to explain or don't really know where they are, or, come through kind of not as strong or a little bit harder. All right, well, send me the address and I'll look at it. I think if I saw the house, I would know it, know that it was that. But what I was hopeful for was anybody that was in the area that knows him personally, that knows at, or knows a vacation home that he was working at, or something like that. I was hopeful for, because then I wouldn't, I'd be able to look at it and maybe know. But so far, I do know that those areas that I have told you guys I feel are of some kind of importance. Definitely, I got way too much for the house in Denver and that area. Definitely too much for it not to make any sense. And I do always seem to want to go this way. So, I want to go this way. There's a lot of area out there that could be that he could have possibly used. It's okay, Rochelle. You can rewatch it. Right, Stephanie. And I agree with that. And I think that, psychics should be used on cases. I mean, really, what do they have to lose by using them, or mediums? What do they have to lose? Nothing. If anything, you look at it, we're a tool, an extra tool you use, just like anybody else or anything else. So, send me an address so I can look at it on the phone. If you can do that, that would work better, because that way I can see how I feel about it. And if you have any pictures of the front of that house that you're talking about, that's what I need to see. So, but I mean, really, what do you have to lose? Because if you're thinking about it, people are going to search random places anyways. What's the difference in searching a random place and searching a place that a psychic tells you to go to? There's no difference. You're still wasting time searching random places than if you just go to a place where a psychic tells you. That's how it was in Stephanie. Like, they kept going to all these random places to search. They wouldn't talk to me because I couldn't give them an exact area. I just knew she was along Route 9 somewhere. But if they would have worked with me, that they're from the area, and I was telling them stuff, maybe they would have been able to maybe they would have been able to find her. But no one would talk to me. No, the family wouldn't talk to me unless I had an exact area. And I'm sorry, I wish it worked like that, but it doesn't. A lot of us psychics can usually get one within a couple of miles or whatever, but it's really hard to get exact location. It's like one of the hardest things you can do. It does happen from time to time, but it's not something that is going to happen with every single case. And like I said, it's a rare thing that happens, but we can get you in the area. So, I mean, it's no different than just saying, oh, we're going to search here. Well, why not just search a place psychics send you to? What do you have to lose with it? That's how I look at it anyways. So, well, there's, like I said, there's two areas. There's the Evergreen area, which is where he lives at all the time, and then the Denver house, which is where I got all the information around that area. And then, like I said, the spiral thing, I don't know why I'm picking that up. There might be something there, because if a psychic took you guys there, maybe just something was missed in that area. Because I will get reference points. It could be not saying that she's at the spiral place, but it could be a reference area that she's close by. Why else was I painting spirals like that? And then it happens to be close to where another psychic got. I don't know. There's a reason for it. There's always a reason for these kind of things. There's no such thing as coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. That can't be a coincidence. I wasn't even aware of that area before, and like I said, I didn't know that's where that horse place was. I didn't know that, and I was just going from. I wanted to know where they played golf, and I was going from there because I figured if I went from there, golf is centered around this because they both played. I saw him walk behind a golf course with. I walked behind a golf course. I saw him walk behind a golf course with woods. That is in Bear Creek. There is one like that. I don't know if they play there or not, but it seems to. They both played. It has to, Suzanne and him used to hang out at one. It's more than just one meeting with the golf course. Zook has messed up my couch. Stinker. No, I haven't. The only one that I've talked to is Mystic Brady. She's the only one I've talked to. And that's because there's someone that's been helping me out, and he's been reaching out to people and sending emails, and he never gets a reply either. He never, right. And I really think he knows something. And everybody's saying, well, the way he's acting. I haven't seen the way he's acting, but all I know is, yes, I was aware of who they were, but I don't say anything unless I hear it. And she said their names. So there's, people don't act weird unless they know something anyways. So, it's hard because, like I said, I don't know. Yeah, I heard that, and I heard he's been suicidal and stuff, and so you don't act like that unless you know something. I really think he knows, and that's why Suzanne's reading, she said, just tell. She had a message for him, she had a message for Barry, and she had a message for her brother, and, you know, she was very loud and clear about it. And I was, no, don't do that. Like I said, the person that was helping me out sent multiple emails because he feel like I'm getting very important information, but they're not responding. And he sent it to more than one person. So I don't know. I'm gonna try. Yeah. I just drew it on a piece of paper because I think my son has the thing for his art class. I have to get my own, where I draw all the pictures in before for all my readings. But I was like, it's not very good because, like I said, I'm not an artist. I wish I was. Miss Brady seems to think all my drawings are cool, but I can't. I don't. I wish I could do so much better. So, I mean, it's a dirt road that goes up. It's got a little wind to it. Then it's like, a lot where a house would sit, and surrounded by forest and mountains. And then I explained the house already. It's kind of like it's a wood, but it's got kind of a reddish tint to it, like a dark red, like cherry. I don't know. She kept saying like cherry wood. I don't know what that is. And there's lots of big. It's A-framed, and there's lots of big. Yeah, right. Lots of big windows in the front and a wraparound porch. And then if you look down, the pond is lower. Now, a lot of us psychics have been feeling that she's up higher, that something is up higher. And that's what Mrs. Brady said last night. She felt up higher, and I felt up higher. But I felt up higher on this photo. So whether she's near that house, in that property, it's like a reference point. It could be she's on the property, or she's close by. It's a reference point. So, you need a screenshot. I don't know why. You won't be able to tell because it's crappy, and I got it there. Can you screenshot it? Let me know when you're done. You got it yet? My arms are getting tired. Okay, I'm just gonna take it like you got it. Hopefully you got it. I'm not an amazing artist. I wish I could draw it as I see it, because if I drew it as I see it, it would probably help more people. Wish I could draw people as I see them too, because it would probably help more people. Because there's been times I've seen a perp so strong in my mind, but I can't draw it. Wish I could. And places so clear in my mind that I wish I could just draw them as I see them, or project what I'm seeing onto something. I wish I was a really good artist so that I could do that. I wasn't gifted with artistry. I can look at like a picture and draw it really nice, but out of my mind, I can't do it. I'm telling you, I do think he knows. He either helped him in some way, or he's aware of exactly what he did. I think that he's either scared of Barry. I think he's scared of Barry, honestly. And that's why he doesn't want to say anything. Or Barry might have something on him. I don't know. But I can definitely say she said his name more than once. And yeah. So, well, I hope he comes clean without, guilt is eating away at him. Let me tell you, this case, this case has been so draining for me. I mean, they all are. People don't realize how much energy psychic mediums put into this. We put in a lot of time and energy into it, and it's just to help, and I'm obviously not in for the money because I'm broke. But plus animals keep you broke, right? But always willing to take donation if anybody's heart feels like it, because a lot of time, a lot of energy. I can tell you right now, I feel exhausted just from being on here with you guys. And I've had a headache. Like, I did a reading today, and I know why I had a headache in that, because the person had a headache. It went away for a while, but now it's come back. I always have a headache when Suzanne is around. And I think she comes for the lives, even if she's not giving me information. She's, around. It's, you know what? Though I don't mind the work because I get so obsessed with a case, and I was told in class we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to do a little bit of work and then leave it alone for a while, and then come back to it and do a little bit of work and leave it alone for a while. And some cases I tried to get away from, and I can't no matter what I try, like, I was totally on the map last night for like hours, and no one else was awake, and I'm just like sending them pictures like, oh my god, do you see this? Oh, do you see this? Oh, do you see this? To like 3 o'clock in the morning. They're probably like, oh my gosh, girl, let me just turn off Messenger, right? And I commend my girls for working with me, because the ones that do, and they spend the time, they work hard, and they deal with me at all hours of the night, because I'm a night owl and I stay up until 3-4 o'clock, and then I sleep all morning. Right? It's bad. But then it was raining and thundering and lightning today, so I went back to sleep, because who wouldn't want to go back to sleep on a day like that? But you might be. Like I said, every time I talk to my mom on the phone, she's constantly telling the spirits to shut up. When I used to do podcasts, they'd be on, you'd hear them all the time. So you probably are. I wouldn't put it past you. I am a medium. I do have spirits around me all the time. So I just have the boundaries to hold them back so that I don't get over flooded with stuff. But you probably do, Holly. And if you play it back, you'll probably hear more. That's just the way it is around me. So, but you wouldn't know it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know it, but I have really strong boundaries. So, yeah. So, I thank you guys for all your support and stuff. Yeah. I mean, you guys probably have, like I said, probably have. It wouldn't be uncommon. It wouldn't be an uncommon thing, really, to hear any kind of, you might hear a lot of EVPs in these messages. Right. And that came out about them hanging out at the golf course. Like I said, I think the golf course really does surround this case a lot in different ways. And she does keep taking me back to Indiana. So whether it's some of her, whether it's some kind of Evidence buried there, I don't know. I know she wanted to go home, but she always does take me back there. So I'm not really sure, why, but it should be looked into, you know. Um, oh, so the third, three. See, it looks like three has more than one meaning as well. That's what I tell you guys about multiple meanings in cases. Sometimes there are certain things that will just keep popping up, whether it be, like I said, golf, or, a specific something, or a number, or something. It's not just always one meaning. There can be more than one meaning. But three has been really strong lately. Every time I do a reading, three comes in. And that's why I wondered, like, what place he plays golf at, or what place did he play golf at. I was heard that there was no woods behind that golf course. I'd like to look at I'd like to know what golf course it was and look at it myself and see. Who knows, man? Who knows? But Suzanne put up with a lot of abuse for a long time. Not, even if it's just emotional, mental abuse. He is a very narcissistic person, and you could just look inside their house and see no evidence of Suzanne. You wouldn't even think a woman lived there. I mean, it's like she says, "Do you think I would want all these damn deer heads around and everything like that?" It wasn't her style. Suzanne's a very classy lady. I don't know. I just feel like he got rid of her way before he got rid of her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. She said he changed, and that happens sometimes. You watch a lot of these, true crime shows about how this happened, after someone gets married in a few years, all of a sudden they turn into this monster. It was kind of like that kind of thing. And people can surprise you. I mean, look at Chris Watts. If you watch Shanann's lives and stuff, you would have never thought that he would turn out to be an evil person. You just never know about anybody, You just don't. That's why it kind of scares me, I always want to be single, because you never know about anybody these days. People can fool you in all kinds of ways. Yeah, she did. But there's something probably going to happen, because she talks about the walls closing in on him. Ooh, Shirley. I've got a really bad headache right now. Sorry, you guys. Really, really bad. But like I said, I had another reading that went away, and then now it's back, because I'm sure she's around. And they don't mean to do that. It's just they do. And plus, a lot of energy with you guys. Who knows what loved ones you guys have around you. No, I haven't. Um, Whatever I get, I tell you guys I get. So, if I remember it, like, I didn't write down the You Saved Mart. I don't think I really should do that, because I think it's important. And it came to me so randomly that it didn't make sense to me, but I knew it had to be some sort of reference point. Did I write it down? I might have. I don't know. Yeah, I did. 1029. Actually, I'm sorry, it wasn't random. It was a meditation. I was trying to do a meditation with an archangel to help find missing things or missing people with him. And I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was Chamuel. and I got Saving Mart, and it kept repeating. I couldn't even finish the meditation because it was just like repeating. I was like, okay, I need to write that down. So it's got to be important, whether it's just to validate the area or not. It happens to be right across from the freeway, from that Rocky Arsenal thing. Now, I'm not necessarily saying she's at the Rocky Arsenal thing, but it's a big place. Big. So, I don't know. But there's a lot around that area. I keep wanting to go to that area. I'm not really sure. I don't really know. Well, that's the area I want to go when I leave the house. So. And I know that someone said Sand Creek or something like that, and that's really close to the house too. And my computer did something weird yesterday. It kind of zoomed in on an area that was Sand Creek, and it was by the freeway. It was kind of weird. I think that's the name of the area. I don't know. But right, but I think if people go in numbers, like, he can't kill everybody, you know. So I think that, you know what I mean? If you go in numbers and you go in big numbers, 4 or 5 people, I think you'll be okay. Now, by yourself, no, not very smart. But I do think he's paranoid that people are watching him, and that's why I was a little worried he would move her. But at the same time, I think he thinks people are watching her, and he won't risk that. And because they could catch him doing that. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what CCSO is. I don't know. I'm so confused. You're confusing me. I think you need to take your cold meds and go to bed. Or are you on cold meds? So I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about what I've said tonight, and I'm hoping that it's helpful. You can't. I don't think you can trust Ellie on this situation. I don't think you can trust Ellie on this situation. I think that if she's going to be found, it's going to be found by the people that are looking for her. No, I don't think you are. I don't think you're the one giving it to me, so. Oh yeah, I know that happened. He's threatening people, but I very seriously doubt if he started shooting everybody, he'd get away with it. I mean, there comes a point where it's, he can threaten, but would he really go through with it? Because he's threatening to shoot everybody. I mean, come on. He's not going to shoot everybody because then he will go to jail. I do think he moved her early on. I do feel like she was at Puma at one time and she was moved, because the reason why I say that is she spelt Puma out and then she crossed it off. And then I kept feeling like, and I felt like this in the live before, that I felt like I was being moved. And I don't know if the 3 means 3 different places moved 3 different times, or there's something, 3 different women. It could be all 3. Who knows? There's, like I said, there can be more than one meaning to thing. It's possible. My computer zoomed in on that area yesterday and I didn't touch it. But it was the area between the freeways right there. So I mean, I don't know. I keep wanting to go up that way. That's the problem, is I don't have anything to use on map. I've tried to use like a pendulum on a map on my phone. It doesn't work very good. I am getting my favorite melody stone to wear, and I'm going to try to start using that just to see. But I've never been lucky with pendulums on telling me anything as far as location wise. But I know that area I keep being pulled back to, so I feel like there's definitely something around there. And actually, that Sand Creek area that I went to is really close to that USAID Mart, which is off of Olive, like super close. Right, but if you think about it, I mean, they're threatening people, right? But are they really going to shoot everybody? Because that would bring the FBI in and his ass would go to jail. So I'm not really sure that he would go through with shooting everybody. If there's a big group of people, you know what I mean? I did see him chuck Suzanne's phone into water. It looked more like a lake and not a river. So I don't know. But I feel like we're looking at multiple locations because, you know, what I saw in the first reading. And also that would make sense with the interconnect because of what happened to Mackenzie and what happened to her are very similar with their bodies. I haven't gotten the burn part, but I know other people said he tried. I don't know. I can only give what I'm given. She hasn't showed me that. So I asked her. I did ask her if she was findable, and she said yes. So, you know, hopefully. Sorry, and that's not to give anybody false hope or anything like that, but just relaying the message. I have been told that at the end of my live, I was on to the weapon. I don't remember what I said at the end of my other live, so you guys would have to go back and listen. Like I said, I do think the church is important. I do think those trees are very important because it's something that she's repeated over and over. And these areas I've mentioned feel of importance. The Green Plateau, I don't know if it's her. I just know that it's down the street from where he works. I went there, I had a headache. My friend went there, she had a headache. Something's around that area. Either on the way or there, I don't know. Very sick around there, so I don't really necessarily know if it's her or not. So I know that we're trying, a bunch of us are trying, and I think we try on a lot of missing persons cases, and I don't feel like we're given enough credit for as much work and time that we do it, and we do it for the right reasons. We don't do it for any other reason other than to find someone to help their family get closure. It's not necessarily for them on the other side because they know what the outcome will be. They are okay with it. They are okay on the other side. They know that everybody has lessons they have to learn and contracts they have to fulfill. And so, you know, they also want to be found for their families and the ones that love them. It's basically for the ones left behind. And it goes the same with any kind of, you know, anybody that passes. It's when they come through readings and they, you know, it's for the people that are left behind to get some kind of closure and healing. So that's what it's about. And also, you know, for the people involved to learn their lessons. So I'm just sorry that it took me so long to get onto this case, but every other cases kept popping in that I needed to work, that people were donating for, that I had to do. And I also feel that everything happens in the time it's supposed to. So like people get found if they're meant to. They get found in the time that they're supposed to. And that's just the way that it works. There's a reason I came in on this case at this point in time. So, you know, I was told that it was the time earlier. I don't know what the difference is. So everybody, they all have their own timing and things. Right. I mean, it can't hurt. And, you know, psychics are trying to go by what they're seeing. So what we're trying to do is, and if you guys follow Lisa Williams, I took a class with her. She says the same thing. She calls them golden nuggets. I call them puzzle pieces. Spirit gives golden nuggets, if you want to call it that, or puzzle pieces. that we have to put together in order to, put the pieces together to find them. It's not always straight and clear. They don't never just tell us exactly where they are. Why it's not like that, I don't know. It just doesn't work that way. But, and like I said, they can't always get us to the exact spot, but we can get in within a few miles or really close, because I have noticed after bodies have been found where I have been looking, I was, if not on the spot, really close to the spot. So we get reference points as to, like I said, the spiral thing might be a reference point. His house might be a reference point if it's not involved. So we have to follow the clues in the best way that we can that we're given, and all spirit has their own way of communicating and their own dictionaries. We have to use our dictionaries that we're used to working with and try to understand what they're trying to say and try to put it all together like a puzzle and find the area. And it's hard to kind of understand why you're feeling pulled to an area, because with me, I don't have anything that just screams at me. And once I'm there, nothing really tells me it's right. Other than I know that I feel if I'm in a certain area where negative things happen or where a body is, I will get, like I said, nauseous or a headache, or my body will start feeling things. And, I'm just learning to how it feels to be pulled to areas and what it feels like. So I'm trying to remember what that feels like, so that, like I said, I kept being pulled to that house, but I didn't know or that area, but I didn't know why, and now I know why. But I'll get pulled to different places, but I don't really know why. So, and I'm not in all these different states to go check it out. So I don't know. What podcast? I don't have a podcast anymore. The reason why I don't have a podcast anymore is I don't have a co-host. I need a co-host for the podcast to kind of bounce off of. I've had a few co-hosts come in and they ended up not working out. People that said they wanted to ended up not making the time. So until I come across with the right co-host, I'm not going to be able to get my podcast up and going again. And I need someone that, can kind of bounce off of me, kind of the way that I worked with Shane. And I also need, I've been able to produce them myself, but I'm not great at it. Someone that would be able to do that. So I just really need someone that I can do it with again, and I would get back on it. But as of right now, I don't have a podcast. But that's really nice of you that you really like to listen to it. I wish it would have never ended. We were just getting to where we were getting thousands of listeners, and then, so we won't get into that. It's a sore subject for me. But, if I can ever get another person to help me, another person to bounce off of and a co-host, I would definitely do another podcast. I would. And I would probably, I'd put on Stitcher or wherever and then put it on my YouTube. Because I did that with one of the readings when I started to have a co-host, and that didn't work out either. People sometimes aren't who you think they are, and it's pretty sad. So look out for a reason. So right now I have the YouTube. I could go on to Blog Talk, but like I said, I don't know. I need a co-host to bounce off of. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just talking to myself. And when I do readings, I bounce off of someone in my group. So it's the same thing. I need someone to bounce off, ask questions, thing like that. That's how I start to get my information. It's just easier for me to channel that way if I'm bouncing off someone like I did with Shane or, his brother. So hopefully something will come around at one time where I can start doing that again. And I've been talking the Open Secrets, and I'm hoping that we're supposed to. We've been trying to get together, and our schedules are off. We're opposites. Like, she's up early in the morning, and I'm not. So I'm not working on Delphi anymore. But she's listened to my stuff, and a lot of it's been validated in her videos that she's done. So she's talking about having me on and doing a interview, I guess. I don't know. So we'll see if that happens. Holler, huh? I wouldn't doubt if that's not my husband. I don't know. All that she's okay. So the first reading, she mentioned your daughter, but she didn't really say anything about it. She mentioned a daughter and she mentioned a sister. Now, the sister can come in, sister-in-law. It doesn't necessarily have to be her sister, but sister-in-law counts also as sister when it comes in. And she mentioned her daughter. I keep saying a blonde woman, but I don't really know who it is because I've never really seen what they look like. I don't know if it's a woman that he, because I think he's been involved. I think he's done other things. So I don't know. Now, she did mention she doesn't understand why her daughters doesn't want to believe that. I think deep down they do, but they, when you're in denial, it's that kind of thing. So he could be Ronnie. I don't know. He likes attention, or it could be someone else. I have another case coming up, but I don't know if he's alive or not. I have to do the reading. It's weird because I don't really connect with, when I do male cases, I don't connect as much as females. It's weird. Or children. I seem to get stronger information with females and children. It's kind of weird. And I don't work many male cases, now that I think about it. I have the ones that I've worked, but not very many compared to the females I have. Why it's like that, I have no idea. He could be, or it could be someone else. Who knows at this point? Like I said, mediums have people around them all the time, so it's not uncommon. And you have spirit around you all the time. People say that they have this happen and that happen, but you have to remember that Earth realm is interconnecting with the spirit realm. They're just vibrating higher, so we would have things happen. It's just being open enough to see it and experience it. It could be, like I said, I think that they're in denial. I think part of them knows and believes it, but the other part is in denial. And also, they could be afraid of their father and they don't want him to know that they believe that he's capable of something like that. I don't get any danger with them. Now, if they start confronting him about it, maybe. So that might be why they're quiet about it and why they want to come across as believing him. And I think for a while, maybe they have, but I think maybe they're starting to kind of change their thought process, but they don't want to let him know, because if they do, then they would be. If they knew anything particular, they would be. But they don't really think they do, because like everybody told me, they were away when this happened and obviously planned for that to be like that. So I think they're okay for now. I don't get that they are. Now, if they were to know something big and plan to blab about it, that's, I'm not really sure. I don't know with that, if he would hurt him or not. But then, I mean, you would know Chris Watts would hurt his daughters, right? You never know. But as of right now, I don't think they are. Unless they knew something, like I said, and then they were going to go tell about it, then that would be different. That's just, I think, as long as they keep their mouths shut with what they feel they think they know. I don't know. I think there's things that they may have found out that they're keeping to themselves. So one day I'm going to get a background. I used to have a nice little poster, but I don't know where the heck it went. So right. And I think that's kind of where they're at, and they don't want to believe that their dad's capable, but at the same time, I think that deep down they know he is. And I think deep down that they've seen things throughout, that makes them feel like he could. And I think that they, there's things that they have figured out between now and then and now that has made them realize that he probably did, but they don't want to say anything because if they do, they're probably afraid of him. And so that's why they're kind of remaining in the background and being quiet, which is probably the smartest thing to do right now. I think if they had any major evidence, though, they would probably come through to the right people. I think FBI would be better to come to with information than the local LE department. I kind of am wondering about them because of the church and the money laundering that I got last time I did the reading. So, and when I did that reading, it wasn't as visual as the first reading. The first reading, she wanted to take me on a story and be really visual. And I mean, she was really visual. She was very strong in that one. This one was a little different. It wasn't as visual. I wasn't taken on a story, but I was given information or validated information. And like I said, I will only say things if I hear it or see it. I won't just say it because I've seen it or heard it out in public. I try to remain not in public as much as I can. I try to stay away from the news, not read news articles. I try to stay as completely blind as I can. That way I know if I'm getting it in my readings, not coming from me. But if I hear it, I will say it or see it or whatever. And I wasn't even aware when I got the church and, like I said, the church and the trees and all that. I wasn't aware of any of that. And then after that live, everybody came and told me, and I was like, well, I was trying to get important information, and I guess I did, which I didn't realize at the time. Because I think the reason why I couldn't do the remote view with her is, the other case I did was super easy because it was like, you go down the freeway, you go around the loop-de-loop, you go across the bridge, and you're there, right? And there was a reference point of the two rivers crossing. So it was like super easy to remote view her. But when it comes to Suzanne, it's a little more complicated, I think. And because there's different areas, I think I can't go straight to her because he didn't just take one straight way there. I think there's different stops along the way and things like that. So I think it's a lot harder. So Minded? He's in his room. But he did close the door kind of loud. I don't know if that's what you guys are talking about, but he's not in here. He didn't say anything. Surprisingly, he's staying out because usually when I do my lives, he tries to bug, and he laughs at me because he doesn't believe in this stuff anymore. He used to when he was younger, and now he doesn't believe in it anymore. So, I don't know how, because he's not in here. I mean, like I said, he did close the door a little loud, but that's it. No, he didn't. He didn't. He's not even playing his game right now. I think you're just hearing Spirit or tripping out because no one yelled. He didn't. He didn't yell. No one's yelled. I would usually talk louder or say something if he did. He didn't. Yeah, you are, because no one yelled. He's not even playing his game. I think he's watching TV. Which, when he yells sometimes, but he didn't. Yeah, I have the first reading. Go back to the first reading that I did. For once, I can say he wasn't making any noise. And everybody's being quiet and mellow right now. Except for the dog that just got stepped on. But everybody's sleeping and they're being cute while they're sleeping, and you're welcome. So yeah, you're definitely, it's probably Spirit, it's not him. Yeah, go back to the first reading, and in the live I talk about some stuff. And then in the wedding thing seems to be like, she showed me wedding stuff. I noticed, hot springs I think might fit in this reading too. Hot springs came a lot in Gannon, and there seems to be some hot springs in Sedalia that I was looking at around that church. That was another place I was looking at. I got really sick around that church, at Buena Vista Church. Buena Vista Church. And then there's also, it's right across from the river, but there's also some interesting stuff around there that I've gotten. There's, if you go down, there's a golf course, and there is woods behind that golf course. And if you go up into the mountains, there's a hot spring. But Buena Vista Church, I did feel kind of sick around there. I'm not really sure why, but that area does have a lot of things I've gotten as well. So I thought it was kind of interesting. No, you don't need to apologize. You don't need to apologize. Like I said, prepare yourself to hear a lot on lives. When I do podcasts, shoot, like I said, when my mom's talking to me on the phone, she's constantly telling Spirit to shut up so she can have a conversation with me. She hears a lot too. I don't hear it on my end, but she hears it. So no need to apologize, girl. No need to apologize. Well, yeah, the motel, right? That's where I saw that he did things. Now, it could have shown the motel, jumped somewhere else, and then came back. Like, I didn't see I saw as much as she wanted to show me, but we don't see every little bits and pieces. I wish we did, but we don't. I do know that, like, I got the heavy plastic, which he would have because of his job. That came in Mackenzie. I think it fits here. You too, Holly. Good night. I'm probably going to be jumping off here soon because it's getting late. My nose is feeling kind of stuffy too. Better not be getting sick with the weather change. Because it's been, I'm like, man, we got bipolar weather because it was cold for a little bit. It was hot. First it was hot. It got cold for a little bit. Then it's been hot. Like, I was sweating yesterday. It's like 70s. And then today we're dropping into the 30s and we've got rain and snow. So, and thunder. My dog hates thunder. She's all hiding in the bathroom earlier today, but I was, it made me want to go back to sleep, so I did. It is Saturday. What can you say, right? Super lazy today. Super lazy feeling. But also, like I tell people, like, this drains you. You know, you do a lot of work, you get drained. And I keep trying to talk to Open Secrets, and like, we're opposites. Like, she's up early and I don't get up early. I'm up late. She's not. And it's hard to connect that way, but well, he worked not far from there. He was building that wall or whatever. But it's interesting, like I said, the wall goes around the golf course. And the road it's off of is a road that I've gotten. It's on my list. I don't know if I've updated my list in the group, but I think that name is on there, El Dorado or whatever. That name I got last year, and it's on the list. So I mean, I think that's where it happened. I'm astonished they did not bring forensics in there and look in the drain or anything. I'm astonished at this point. Hi, Mystic. You're welcome. I was talking about you earlier. So I don't know if you got to see up to this point that I was talking about the locations that I'm was looking at. No. I can't get away from that house though. There's just too much that I got there. That's just seriously, dude. Like right now. Okay, lay down then. Come on. There you go. I don't know. I can't get away from there. I was thinking about it last night. It's like I keep getting pulled back to that area. So I might contact someone to go look. I don't know. I can never get my pendulums or anything to work for me, right? So either that, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm not using a paper map or what. I don't know. Can't get it. I never can get it to. Are you okay? Uh-oh. What's going on, old man? You all right? Excuse you. Yeah, I usually, if I start feeling kind of low, I'll drink a emergency packet. I think I have a couple left. But I'm always telling people, you start feeling like you're getting COVID or the flu or something, high doses of vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D, and I always use echinacea. They say don't use elderberry if it's COVID. For the flu, you can. So those are things I always take. And I never get the flu shot. I always just ramp up on the immune boosters. Haven't gotten the flu for a long, 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 long time. Every time I used to get the flu shot, I get sick. So I don't do that anymore. It could be just the weather change, or it could be spirit. I don't know. I run my body down, doing this because people don't realize how much energy it takes to communicate with spirit. It takes a lot of energy to communicate with spirit because we have to raise ours. They lower theirs a little bit, but we raise ours, and then if they're strong, they just really can put you out. Plus we're feeling things that they felt. Sometimes we feel passing, sometimes we feel elements. Tough. Someone said something about the Grace Church was the one that that is her profits or something like that. Where her nonprofit is through. Someone said that to me, so I don't know. There's a lot of Grace churches. I don't know which one she's talking about. I was looking for the address for it so I could look at it because there's a lot of them. I don't know. I don't know where her nonprofit goes through. Zeus, do not. Stinker. I don't know. I don't know why she mentioned that. She also mentioned her nonprofit though, but she said there was. Well, you guys heard the reading. I'm just checking to make sure. My headache's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. All right, hun. Bye. Sorry that I put you to sleep. That used to be a light thing, and now it's falling. I'll take it down. So, do we have anything else to discuss before I jump off here? It's getting kind of late, I know. I'm feeling really tired. I really honestly didn't get anything done I wanted to get done today. And I did find the Grace Church in Denver when I looked it up, and it was weird because I had just looked it up right before I found out where his house was, and it's actually the one in Denver is on the other side of Utah, right? Because if you look on the map, Utah Park is right there. I kept going back over there. There's something with that area. I haven't been able to get away from it since last night. It's bugging the crap out of me. I just don't know exactly where. Like I said, it's either the house or I either want to go that way. So it would be maybe Sand Creek or that other area I was talking about. But there's a sky area next to there too. And I kept thinking maybe that's what she was trying to show me with the Venetian. I don't know. Anyways, if you guys don't have any more questions or anything you want to talk about, I think I'm going to jump off here. I'm feeling very, 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 very tired. All the energy from all you guys. I'm hoping that, I don't know, maybe Mr. Brady and I can see what's going on with that area. So, I'm going to jump off here. I know you just joined Mystic, but I am getting so tired. So I want to thank you guys for being on here with me tonight. Thank you for your support and everything. Thanks for listening to me blabber. And if any of you guys come up with anything, feel free to email me or hit me up on Facebook. And if you, Violet, stop. If you need to, what is this? Oh, join the sleuth group. Sounds good. 1320 D Street. Perfect. Thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Yeah. 1320 D Street.